Hello friends, it is Stasia and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm starting a new reading vlog. Earlier in the year, I had a challenge for myself called 22 books that I want to read in 2022. And these were books that I chose for myself from my own books, whether it was just a book that I wanted to read, a book that I've been putting off, a new release, anything like that. So I am very behind on that. So I figured I would do a vlog reading 3 of those books, and I bunched these 3 together, even though they're literally 3 different genres, but I put them all together in this vlog because these are highly talked about books and authors. So I'll go ahead and tell you the 3 books that I'm going to be reading for that. So the first one I have is The Death of Mrs Westaway by Ruth Ware. Although I have not heard too much, I've heard some, but I've not heard too much about this book specifically. Ruth Ware is just, everyone loves her, but she's very hit or miss for me. I've loved some of her books. Some of her books were just fine for me. Some of them I didn't like. So I'm very excited to get to this one. As far as I know, this woman gets a letter for an inheritance after this person passes away, but she realizes that the letter was not actually meant for her. So I think she goes to claim the inheritance anyways, and I'm not sure what happens after that. Then the other book I have in this reading vlog will be Confess by Colleen Hoover. Again, I have not heard too much about this one specifically, but Colleen Hoover in general is a super hyped author. I've loved everything that I've read by her. As for this one, I have no idea what it's about, and I'm not going to read the synopsis because those usually either spoil or mislead me, so I won't. I'm not sure what this one's about. And then the last one I'll have in this vlog is My Dark Vanessa. From what I know, this book is very well loved, very hard hitting. It's about a girl who, when she's in high school, I believe, her teacher or some sort of person with authority grooms her, and they have a relationship or something like that. And I think it's dual timeline where like a few years later she realizes what actually happened in that situation. And I think maybe this person is on trial and she needs to like relive everything that happened. But yeah, so other than that, that's all I know about this book. So that will be the 3 books in this reading vlog. I have the audiobook for The Death of Mrs Westaway, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with this one, and then yeah, we'll see where we go from there. So I will chat and check in with you guys when I reach the 50% mark of this book. Hello friends, so time for an update because I'm officially 50% into The Death of Mrs Westaway. And if I'm being honest, I'm not entirely sure how I'm feeling about it. I'm almost positive I know like what the twist resolution type of thing is. Like I think I know who's involved, but I'm honestly not completely sure. It is more mystery than anything. She's just trying to figure out like how her mom is connected to these people because she's never heard of them and things like that. So I think I know where it's going, so it's kind of just waiting for it to get there. I feel like it's taking a while to get there. I also do wish that we kind of had more of the other family members, just because I feel like we're just following Hal, is her name, who doesn't really know what's going on. So if I didn't mention before, I don't think I knew what this book was about. So basically we follow our main character Hal, and her mother passes away. She doesn't know her father, so she's not really living the most stable life. She definitely needs some money to pay off some debts and things like that. So one day she gets a random letter sent to her house with her name on it, saying that she's invited to this Mrs Westaway's funeral, and that she should be there for like the reading of the will and all of that. So all of that happens, and Hal is just like, I don't know this person. Like, they're definitely not my grandmother, like this letter is saying, because my mom told me that her parents passed. So she's just like, I don't actually know this person, but she makes a split decision and she's like, I'm gonna go anyways and see what's going on and see if she can kind of like lie her way into getting some money, because she definitely needs it. So she goes to this house and now she's just trying to figure out like what's going on. These people think she's one person that she's actually not. But she is also trying to figure out how she is connected to these people, if at all. So it is a pretty slow moving book. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing that's keeping me completely on my toes, unless the thing is completely flipped. But I'm almost positive I know what's going on. With that being said, it's okay so far, and I will update you guys when I finish it, hopefully at some point today. Back with an update because I just finished the Death of Mrs Westaway, and I actually really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. It was super like engaging. I was curious on what was going on. In the end, I actually did not guess what was happening. So I was pretty shocked by like the revelations. I do feel like a lot of this book is pretty boring. A lot of it is just trying to like figure things out. Definitely more mystery than thriller in my opinion. And overall, like it was a fun time. I really enjoyed my time reading it, but like I said, a lot of it was like very slow moving. So if they like sped that up a little bit, maybe it would have been more fun. But things made sense in the end, so like the revelation did not come out of left field or anything. But yeah, so I did enjoy it. Gave it 4 stars, so that was a win for Miss Ruth Ware from me. So now I'm not sure what I will be reading next. I either have Confess or My Dark Vanessa, both of which I don't like. They're not happy reads. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to read next. I feel like I read Colleen Hoover really quick, but this is dual timeline, so this might like go by quicker. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, whichever I read next, I'm going to be filming like a read with me. So maybe we'll do Colleen Hoover. I think we'll do Colleen Hoover. Her chapters do seem long, but like I said, I typically do read her pretty quick. So yeah, next will be Confess by Colleen Hoover. I have no idea what this one is about, but I will update you guys when I'm 50% of the way in. Hello friends, time for an update because I'm 50% into Confess by Colleen Hoover. I'm super loving it, super enjoying it. I'm pretty nervous on where things are going to go because there is something happening here in a couple days and I'm not sure how that's going to get resolved. Basically what this book is about our main character, Auburn, and she has just moved to Texas, doesn't really know many people, and while she's walking home one day, she runs into a help wanted sign on an art gallery ran by a man named Owen Gentry. And so she goes and works with Owen for a couple hours because that's all he needs, but then at the end they realize that maybe there's something more between them, but then a lot of things happen like really fast, so it's very up and down, honestly. But I am super enjoying it. I do really like Owen, I think, but he does have some secrets that I do want to discover. He talks about them, but I do want to know like what they are. Auburn is also a great character. I am enjoying her. Overall, I do like them, but there is a lot of ways that this book could go, and I'm waiting for these secrets to get revealed, so we'll see. So far, really loving it. I'm flying through it. I do anticipate finishing it at some point today. We will see what happens, and I will be back when I finish the book. Hello, friends. I'm back because I just finished Confess by Colleen Hoover, and this book is great. I love it. I love the concept, like our main character, Owen, like his job, that whole thing. So fun. Loved it. 5 stars. Easily 5 stars. Just like Colleen Hoover always does. It was tragic, but it was great. And you know, it definitely pulls on the heartstrings. I loved Auburn and I loved Owen, and their story was just so complicated but so real at the same time. Like, they really had a lot to deal with, and sometimes their hands were just tied in what they were able to do. But I absolutely loved them. I was rooting for them the entire time. I feel like Auburn she was constantly in these situations where she really had no choice in what to do, because she was trying to do something that would benefit like the main goal, which I don't want to talk about. But so I feel like her hands were always in a bind, and I felt so sad for her. Like, I just wanted her to get what she wanted, because you could tell she was trying. Like, she really just wanted to do the right thing, and it was just so hard for her to get there. But it was such a beautiful story. I read it so quickly, in under 24 hours, and it was beautiful. I loved it, and I'm so happy that I got to read this. There's also pictures in this book, which adds so much to the story when you actually read it. I love seeing them in colors. I just cry. Like, it was just so sad, but so worth the read. And if I'm being honest, I feel like I don't see this one a lot. So I feel like this one is kind of a bit underrated. I know that there is a TV show on Prime, I believe, that I am going to try to watch. But overall, 5 out of 5. Absolutely loved this book. I could not put it down. So easy to read, and you just really want to know what's happening with the characters. So worth it. One of her underrated books. I don't see this one too much, but definitely recommend. So with that being said, we are on to my last book of the vlog, and this is going to be a rough one. I'm anticipating for it to be pretty rough, so I'm not sure how quick I'll actually get through it. I'm actually not sure how the chapters are, like if they're long. Oh, they are actually pretty long, but it is dual timelines, so we'll see how all of that goes. But yeah, so that book is My Dark Vanessa. All I know is that it is a grooming story where the main character gets groomed by, I believe, a teacher, and so she's trying to figure that out. So there's dual timelines. I think one timeline is like when it's actually happening, she's getting groomed, and then I think the other timeline is a few years later when maybe he is like getting convicted or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so that's what it seems like. So we have our 2000 timeline where she gets wrapped up in the affair with her teacher, and then 2017 where there's allegations about this, and our main character is coming to terms with what actually happened in the past versus how she was feeling when it was happening. So that is what we will be reading next. It's not too long, I believe. Well, I mean, it's like 370 pages, but we'll get through this one, and I will update you guys again when I'm 50% of the way in. Hello, friends. Time for an update, because I am 50% into My Dark Vanessa, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm not sure how I feel about this book. Like, I knew the situation going in, like I knew what the topic matter was, but I don't know. So I know this book is not meant to be like a comforting book or anything, but it's very much giving me like the ick, and I don't really like it much. Not that I'm not enjoying it, but while I'm reading it, I don't know if I'm getting the impact that I'm supposed to be getting from this book, because for a lot of it, I'm not super engaged into it, if I'm being honest. Like, the first 50%, we go through multiple timelines of, you know, while the situation is happening, and then the present day where she's trying to figure out if, like, you know, she's trying to think through what actually happened in that situation. And I feel like we don't get much of an explanation. Like, we do see a lot in what's happening, but I think I thought her original feelings when she was younger, when
it was happening. I think going in, I thought it was going to be approached differently, but she's not seeming to like enjoy it, you know. Like I thought in the grooming situation, you know, she would think that she's not doing anything wrong, she would kind of enjoy this situation, but a lot of the times she's not liking it. Like, she makes a lot of side comments where she thinks that he's gross. So I'm kind of confused on where her feelings are lying. But other than that, like, I am enjoying it. But like I said earlier, I don't think I'm getting hit hard with the impact that I'm supposed to get hit with. And a lot has happened. There's already been like rumors, and they're trying to navigate that. So I'm curious to see what will happen for the second part of the book. But like I said, I'm enjoying it. I just don't think it's hitting me as hard as I thought it was going to, or that maybe it has hit other people. But I am definitely going to continue and see how I feel about it as we go on. It's just, as of now, I'm not really sure where my feelings are at. I'm not thinking it's super groundbreaking, which is sad because I know a lot of people love this book. But for me right now, it's not like a super groundbreaking book. So that's that. But I will update you guys when I finish the book, hopefully within the next couple of days.
Hello friends, I'm back because I just finished my Dark Vanessa. So I do think I am a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I am giving this book 3 stars. I do think that the subject matter is important. It is something that people can read about. Would I recommend it? Not necessarily, unless you're like actively looking for a book on this topic, then yeah. I do think the book was well done, but even for this book is 370 pages, but I felt like a lot of it could have been condensed. A lot of it was very long-winded and repetitive, and so I didn't really like that. It made the book just seem a lot longer than it was. I understand like the conversation, but I also don't know if I necessarily liked how it was done. I felt like Vanessa was an interesting character to follow, and her situation obviously was not easy. But I think the actual like pacing and plotting of this book could have been better. I know I'm an unpopular opinion by giving this book 3 stars, but I really do think that a lot of this could have been cut out. Like I said, it was very repetitive, so at a lot of the times I was like, I know exactly what you guys are going to say throughout this entire conversation, so it just made the book seem very long-winded. I'm not sure who I would recommend this to unless you're actively, like I said, actively looking for a book on this topic of grooming and like that situation. I think other than that, I don't know if I would necessarily like outwardly recommend this. Like, yeah, you 100% need to pick it up. But yeah, if you're looking for that topic, then it could be a good book for you. Lots of people love it. It was fine for me. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was very just like fine. So yeah, that was this. So now we'll go ahead and go through the books that I read in this vlog. So the first one I read was The Death of Mrs Westaway, and I gave this book 4 stars. Then I read Confess, and I gave this 5 stars. And then lastly, I just finished my Dark Vanessa, which I gave 3 stars. So overall, I did enjoy these books. They were all great books. They were fine. I had a great time doing this vlog. So I am now more caught up on my 22 books that I want to read in 2022. So that is great. Another 3 books down. So that is pretty much it from me. So if you like this video, you can like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you would like all of my socials to follow me anywhere else are in the description as always. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!